ADB sees 2% growth for Taiwan. Taiwan's GDP growth might slow to 2% this year, from last year's 2.5%, as weak external demand hampers exports and private investment. The Asian Development Bank, ADB, said yesterday. Growth this year would be largely fueled by private consumption, the bank said. That is because COVID-19 pandemic-driven demand for electronics used in remote work has waned and growth in external demand slowed, the Manila-based Regional Development Bank said. Taiwan is a critical export hub for semiconductors and other high-tech products, supplying 63% of the world's semiconductors in 2020, when sales reached $85.1 billion, it said. Its specialization in the export of technology products has established a strong information technology supply chain, which has become the basis for a large concentration of world-class technology firms, it said. Taiwan needs to find new growth drivers by taking advantage of the dynamism of its high-tech export sector to encourage entrepreneurial development, the ADB said. Drastic monetary tightening by developed economies in most of developing Asia has dimmed global growth prospects, which is unfavorable for Taiwan's export-driven economy, the ADB said. Export orders from China, which account for about 40% of Taiwan's overall exports, have declined, although the downtrend was partly offset by orders from the U.S., it said. Private investment would slow down in line with exports, although the retreat would be mitigated by continued reshoring of overseas companies. Investment in offshore wind energy projects and fleet expansions by airlines, it added. Resilient private consumption would prop up Taiwan's GDP growth. The costs of rent, transportation and dining out, which drove inflation last year, would continue to rise this year, even as global commodity prices stabilize, it added. The ADB said Taiwan should step up efforts to create an environment that nurtures innovation. As the percentage of people in the country who are starting or running a new business is relatively low at 5%, compared with 12% in South Korea, 18% in the US and 25% in the United Arab Emirates, UAE. More than 60% of Taiwanese adults in a poll said it is difficult to start a business. Although the country ranks 15th among 190 economies in the World Bank's Doing Business 2020 study, suggesting a gap between public perception and the actual process of setting up a business, the ADB said. Hamper,
妨碍、阻碍。
Consumption,
消费、使用、耗用。
Critical,
具关键性的、具决定性的、严重的、危险的。
Specialization,
专门化、专业化、专业的领域、范围。
Concentration,
专注、专心、集中、聚集。化学浓度。
Take advantage of something,
利用某事的机会，趁着某情况。
Sector,
商业活动的行业、国家的地区。
Entrepreneurial,
企业家的、创业的、有获利眼光的。
monetary, monetary,
货币的、金融的。
prospect, prospect,
事情成功的可能性、机会、展望。
account for something, account for something,
在数量、比率上占有。
offset, offset,
补偿、抵消、弥补。
mitigate, mitigate,
缓和、减轻、影响或危害等。
reshore, reshore,
企业迁回原来的国家，产业回归本土。
resilient, resilient,
有弹性的，能迅速回复的，适应性强的，坚韧的。
prop something up, prop something up,
支持、支撑、撑住。
commodity, commodity,
商品、货物、物资。